A very good evening, and thank you so much for watching Uctv News. I am Nora Sender to bring you the bulletin on this 4th day of June 2024. Thank you so much for staying with us. And today evening, we're going to start off with a very inspiring and powerful gathering that happened at Munyonyo Mata Shrine with the Catholic youth from various secondary schools that came together to deepen their faith and forge lasting connections. The event aimed at engaging young people in the Catholic Church featured passionate addresses from key religious figures. Father Joseph Mary Sebunya, the youth chaplain of the Archdiocese of Kampala, urged the youth to model their lives after Christ and draw inspiration from the Uganda martyrs. Here's more.
These are the mentoring words of Reverend Father Joseph Mary Sebunya, Kampala Archdiocese Youth's chaplain, at the youth engagement in the celebration of the Uganda martyrs.
I want you to find something deeper. Become martyrs of your time. Tell your neighbor, can you become a martyr? We need martyrs today in different aspects. And what does that mean? Our lives are modeled to Christ's way against all the tides, all the influences, all the things that we hear, ideologies, even against our aspirations. Sometimes we want things so badly. I want to become a doctor. I want to become an engineer. God bless you for it.
Engaging young people in the church is vital for the preservation of religious traditions and the nurturing of a strong moral and spiritual foundation. With this objective, the Catholic Church organizes various initiatives to prepare youth for active participation in the faith. One such significant event brought together students from numerous Catholic secondary schools, including St. Peter's, Bishop Cipriano, and Our Lady of Good Counsel Gayaza at the historic Munyonyo Martyrs Shrine. This gathering served as a platform for the youth to deepen their understanding of Catholicism, forge bonds with peers, and reflect on their personal faith journeys. At the heart of the event was Father Joseph Mary Sebunya, the youth chaplain of the Archdiocese of Kampala, who delivered a powerful message to the assembled young people. He fervently urged them to model their lives after Christ, emphasizing that many of the martyrs, revered for their steadfast faith, were themselves young when they made their ultimate sacrifices. By drawing inspiration from these matters, Father Sebunya encouraged the youth to embrace their faith with courage and conviction, fostering a sense of purpose and resilience that aligns with the teachings of the Church. This call to emulate the martyrs' dedication serves as a profound reminder of the strength and impact that young believers can have within their communities and the broader Church.
Young people today are called to emulate the martyrs. One, by giving their life to God at a young age. You know, there's this feeling of, I'm too young to be devout, to say the rosary. That's my grandmother. When I grow old, what will I do? Now I enjoy, I go to Shibala, I go to clubbing. When I slow down, I will go for Region of Mary, this thing of charismatic or whatever. And the thing is, no. Whatever you want to be it now, because if you don't use this time, who knows, you'll grow old. If you waste your life as a young person, chances are you never make it to 80. So if you give your life to God as a young person, the book of Proverbs says, God remembers you in your old age.
Joyce Zako, the National Youth Coordinator at the Uganda Episcopal Conference, underscores the dynamic and multifaceted lives that today's youth lead. She emphasizes the importance of guiding Catholic youth to emulate the Uganda martyrs, not only in their faith, but also in their daily actions.
The Holy Father tells the young people, do not watch life at the balcony. Do not be in front of the TV. The same spirit, we are saying, do not just listen about the lives of the Uganda martyrs somewhere else, but put it into practice. How will you put it into practice in your modern time? Through pilgrimages. You need to make pilgrimages to these main basilicas and many places identified for the Uganda martyrs. You can be here in Munyonyo Basilica, you can be in Namugongo Basilica, you can move to Paimol because we also have the Martyrs of Paimol and many other places yet to come.
Father Walter Wokorach, the youth chaplain of the Nebi Catholic Diocese, emphasizes the necessity for today's youth to find their inspiration in their spirituality, particularly in these challenging times. He advocates for the youth to cultivate a profound friendship with Jesus, which serves as a cornerstone for their moral and spiritual development. Father Wokorach highlights that amidst the complexities and pressures of modern life, maintaining a strong spiritual connection is essential for the youth to navigate their lives with faith, integrity, and resilience, drawing strength and guidance from their relationship with Christ.
And dear young people, the Ugandan matters, they're so significant to the extent that we must know that they are more inspirational in this current time. That if they were young people, most of them were young, and now were able to keep firm and keep the faith, what about you? It is possible to become saints. We are not saying you must die like them, but we're saying now, white martyrdom, where you're going to check yourself and keep to the spirituality, and that is the beauty. Young people should become great friends of Jesus. As Blessed Carol Sakuti says, Jesus becomes my best friend and the Eucharist is my highway to heaven. As Jesus is our best friend, can we eat, can we feed, can we be fed by the power of Jesus and in his body and blood? And for me, that is the strength that we get. Amid these persecutions, we have a lot of noise that comes. Young people have a lot of issues. The media tells them this other story. It's like the noise of the world. But amid this noise, no problem, no matter the noise, but may my heart environment be that heart that keeps me focused, and that is how the whole story can be beautiful.
Anthony Matega, the Vice President of the Uganda Catholic Council of the Laity Apostolate, emphasizes the importance of cultivating the virtues of faith, hope, and charity among the youth. He believes that it is possible to remain faithful to one's religious beliefs while excelling in professional life. Matega encourages young Catholics to integrate these core virtues into their daily activities.
You have cultivated the virtues of faith, the virtue of hope, and the virtue of charity. The martyrs were very, very steadfast towards their chastity, which was quite being challenged during that time. They are very good servants of the Kabaka, and they albeit doing well also in religion. Some people think that in order, we need to separate the two. I can remain faithful to Christ in my religion, but at the same time, serve on my job.
We have learned so many things. We have learned that we should always be steadfast in our faith. We should not give up. And this youthful program has enabled us to connect with very many people all around the globe. These people are going to be of help to us. They're going to benefit us spiritually, physically, mentally, and in all ways possible.
Now, the motion to impeach 4 commissioners of parliament, including the former leader of opposition, Matthias Impuga, has drawn mixed reactions from political commentators. At least 134 members of parliament had pinned their signatures to the motion by yesterday, while others had not appended their signatures yet. Political commentators Jackson Bogire and Ismail Kiria of the Democratic Party are skeptical about the success of this motion, citing similar motions have failed in the past.
I don't think Honorable Sekchikubo and the colleague will succeed. I don't trust that guy because you remember when Tojikwatako, these people, this very Sekchikubo, they agreed that they are going to vote against Tojikwatako. But this very man, after, like my friend Honorable Letamogu said, after a few moments, he was singing Museveni Oye, Museveni Oye. So, it will not be successful.
We have seen some ministers being censored, and they fail to go. Right now, it is the same issue which the MPs are hoodwinking the public, that this can happen. And among those whom they are censoring is their boss.
Minister Persis Namuganza, we remember, the parliament sat and they even succeeded. They said now she can cease to be the minister. But I can assure you, up to now, she's the minister. Okay, she's a state minister, and who appoints her is Mr. Museveni.
Now you can't start lying the whole country that as an MP you're going to censor your boss leaves, when you censor the minister who is not your boss and fail to leave. So that one is just a joke of the day. The energy which you have actually invested more in censoring the commissioners can be invested in other things where Uganda has lost money. Like in Lubowa Hospital, we want also to understand nothing has taken place in Lubowa Hospital. 2 years down the road, nothing has taken place. There was that AGOA thing where they gave around, I think, 5 billion shillings. They were 15 billion shillings.
When you look at Nambole, if you have been at Nambole for the last 10 years, there's nothing big that has been done. From the 90 billion that was disbursed to renovate Nambole, apart from putting the colors, apart from putting making the grass and the ground, there's nothing special. So, as we are alarming about corruption, about poor service delivery, it comes back to us as Ugandan. For us, we accepted to cast our vote for 10,000 shillings. We accepted to give people our vote for 5,000 shillings. We accepted to give people our vote because of a bar of soap. Let us come to Life Ugandans. Let's vote for people that are going to represent us very well.
We need, first of all, the term limits back in place. The person who is influencing all that, you know him, is the head of state. He's the head of state and he can influence anything. So let us go for the constitutional review and we plan for a peaceful transition.
The Uganda National Meteorological Authority has released a rainfall forecast with overall northern Uganda is expected to receive near normal to above normal rainfall, while most parts of the central and southwestern Uganda are likely to experience dry weather conditions. Milton Michael Waiswa, the Acting Executive Director of Uganda National Meteorological Authority, made the revelations at the Uganda Media Center in Kampala today.
This marks the end of the first rainfall season, but as well the starting of the harvesting period. What was planted in the first rains has matured, and now it is time to harvest. However, for northern Uganda, JJA is a continuation of the rainfall seasons. This is the general forecast. Overall, JJA 2024 rainfall forecast indicates that northern parts of the country are expected to receive near normal to above normal rainfall. Northern Uganda is experiencing continuous rainfall, but the South Uganda, below the equator, is experiencing dry conditions. I begin with the southwestern, the part of the highlands. This includes districts of Kabale, Kisoro, Rukungiri, Kanungu, Rubanda, Rukiga, Kisolo, and Abuhweju, including Shema, Rampala districts. In this region, it will mostly experience dry conditions, which are expected to continue up to mid-August, when isolated showers are expected to continue until the end of the forecast period. When we come to southern western, the lowlands. The lowlands of southwestern include Imbalala, Kiruhula, Kazo, Ibanda, and Intungamo. This region will experience mostly dry conditions, which will continue up to early August, when isolated rains are expected until the end of the season. When we come to the Rwenzori sub-region, we have the districts of Kasese, Bundibujo, Ntoroko, Kabalole, and Bunyangabu. The region will experience mostly dry conditions, which are expected to continue up to late July, when isolated showers are expected until the end of the season. That is late July, that's up to late July. Then we come to central parts of the western region. This includes the districts of Masindi, Bulisa, Hoima, Kikube, Kakumiro, Chenjojo, Chegegwa, Kamwenge, Itagwenda, Kagadi, and the Kibale districts. This region is expected to experience dry conditions, which will continue up to the late July, when isolated showers are likely to set in until the end of the season. Likewise, the central region, it has the western part, the northern part, the southern part, and the northern part. So, the western areas of the central region, this includes the districts of Nakasongola, Luwero, Chankwanzi, Kakumiro, Kasanda, Nakaseke, Kiboga, Mubende, Sembabule, Yantonde, and Rakwai districts. This region will have dry conditions, which are expected to continue up to early July, when occasional showers are likely to set in until the end of the season.
The State Minister for Finance and for Investment and Privatization, Evelyn Anite, has called upon the public to fight against corruption among its government officials. While launching the National Budget Month on behalf of the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Matia Kasaija, Anita implored the civil society organization and the general public to adopt a collective effort in fighting graft that has deprived Ugandans of better service delivery.
Corruption is one of the most fierce vices that undermines Uganda's socio-economic development. Although substantial initiatives have been made to combat graft in Uganda, it continues to impose wide-ranging costs on the society. The magnitude of the injury graft has bestowed upon the country's economy has invited foreign countries to impose sanctions upon some of the government officials whose names are mentioned in graft scandals. This being one of the challenges that undermine the effectiveness of the national budget implementation. The State Minister of Finance for Investment and Privatization, Evelyn Anite, has rallied the civil society organization and the taxpayers at large to adopt a concerted effort in fighting the vice.
I felt like you're glozing or romancing with corruption. You started talking about it, but you're very kind. You're saying permanent secretary. I don't know whom you are fearing. Please fear nobody. I want to ask the civil society, because you're the one going to save us. For me, who is an ardent supporter of NRM, I am embarrassed with what is happening in the country. The corruption is making us to be very unpopular. But friends, fellow citizens, as we launch this budget, I want to say that let the whole country rise up, and civil society, our eyes on you, because you have nothing to lose. Nobody is voting for you. Those people, even me, nobody is voting for me. It's only one person who votes for me, President Museveni. Now, I am joining you in the fight. Let's call them out.
On the same note, Evelyn commended the permanent secretary and secretary to the treasurer Ramadhan Gobi for the tremendous effort in containing reckless supplementary budgets that seem to bruise the country's economy.
I want to congratulate the PS for one thing. I also thought that he has the right attitude, because when I arrived in finance, I saw a lot of supplementary. Every time there's supplementary budget. But the permanent secretary, I walked in his office, he showed me a big safe, which is like 3 different or 5 levels. And he opened like this and said, all these are supplementary requests from different MDAs and ministry and departments. I have locked them here. They should wait for the next budget. So PS, thank you for helping our country, that we have to plan well.
About the 72.136 trillion budget for the financial year 2024-2025, which has been recently approved by the Parliament, the Permanent Secretary and Secretary to the Treasurer Ramadhan Gobi has stated that this time the government is prioritizing investing in people of Uganda and other beneficial investments for the welfare of the taxpayers.
The key priorities of this budget we are talking about include the following. Next year we want to continue investing in the people of Uganda through human capital development, education, health care, water for human consumption, and other amenities that make our lives as Ugandans better. Secondly, we want also to continue prioritizing peace and security, because that's the cornerstone of all other things we want to do. Number 3 is the construction of the standard gauge railway, as well as the meter gauge railway revamp. We are revamping the meter gauge. Those who are living on the line, you see the kind of work ongoing. We are continuing and finalizing it, including now the Tororo Gulu section. But also we are starting the SGR. Very soon you will see government signing the contract and works beginning. Number 4, we are investing in wealth creation initiatives, such as the parish development model. We are continuing with the funding a Myoga agricultural credit facility. We are also supporting micro businesses by giving money to various circles through the microfinance support center. We are also continuing with the youth support projects.
In a bid to seek the public's active participation in budget processes, the ministry intends to use the National Budget Month, which has been launched today, to carry out various activities that will get even the lowest member of the public understand in their best language all the contents of the national budget.
During the budget month, together with our partners, we are going to take this budget to the people of Uganda, you the people of Uganda, to know what is in this budget. And in that, we are going to do the following. Number 1, provide full disclosure of the budget content. What is in the budget? Fully disclosed to everybody. The budget is a public, document. Some of this information is buried in so much detail to have this full disclosure. Number 2, explain in simple language what the budget entails, so that all Ugandans understand the budget in your language. In Uganda, the Baganda will go to all radios and the town halls to ensure that they explain this.
Joseph Kabari, Uctv News.
Now, while briefing at the media center today in Kampala, the Minister for Presidency, Millie Babalanda, has said that the 35th Heroes Day will be celebrated under the theme Hail Our Legends. A secure Uganda is now a reality.
The day will be celebrated on Sunday, 9th of June 2024 at Impenja Church of Uganda Primary School playgrounds in Impenja Sub-County, Gomba District. This is a historical day on which we reflect on the contributions of our heroes and heroines in the historical and socio-economic transformation of Uganda. The theme for this day is Hail Our Legends, a secure Uganda is now a reality. We are remembering them because they did not die in vain, and those that are still living can bear testimony. Uganda is secure and steadily transforming. All Ugandans are invited to attend the event in big numbers. No COVID test is required by the general public.
That first and foremost, the criteria for awarding or honoring outstanding Ugandans and non-Ugandans with medals is that the people are nominated by various ministries, departments, and agencies of government, non-government organizations, and credible personalities in our society, mainly in the districts where we hail from. Because they do this through the RDC's offices, because that's where we put our forms. There are those forms that we have for nominating deserving Ugandans.
Well, it's now time for Today in History. Well, thank you so much for watching UCTV News. We are taking a quick break, but when we return, it's the Rome Reports.
UCTV, good news for all.
Catch incredible stories of resilience, success.
You can manage that money.
With a topping of inspiration.
Get interested in people, not interested in yourself.
Inspire, achieve, repeat.
You are watching UCTV, good news for all. For this and more, tune in to Kasese Get Radio 100.5 in Western Region, located at the hill of the Diocese of Kasese. KGR brings you all Catholic programs and an advertising platform in all our radio shows like Good Morning Renzori, Chama Tohoka, Ukute, the business show, Propeller, the request show and sports, Evaluation, Bahinga Bakuluka, Late Night Show, and many others. Our other services include Isuzu Tipa, a no car, public address system, live band, Omokekera, an audio recording studio, and outside live broadcast. For more information, call 0773-597-166 or visit our website www.kasesegatradio.com. Kasesegat Radio, Omusondoria, the voice of truth.
UCTV, good news for all.
Well, with that, the Rome Report marks the end of our bulletin tonight. Thank you so much for staying with us. I am Nora Sende. Do have yourself a wonderful evening and a good night.